we get straight into it, I guess?
I think being professional is being good at your job.
When your job goes, you're literally left with nothing.
Welcome to Bridge the Gap, a show where we aim to build a bridge of understanding between opposing views. Each episode, you'll see our participants sit down to discuss some thought-provoking statements.
I know what it feels like to be completely broke.
If they disagree with the statement, they'll leave their seat and allow those that agree to explain themselves.
Uni life, that was absolutely outrageous. Who even cares? We're all broke together.
Those that disagree then return and express themselves to the rest of the group.
Oh, this one. And
You feel like our account's a remix?
remix, and that's why I had to get up. No.
Hopefully building a bridge of understanding. Let's see what happens.
I know what it feels like to be completely broke.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, actually.
Actually, no.
If you sort of leave me sitting here by myself,
Yeah. One more time.
I'm only broke.
One more time.
Yeah, not completely.
Go on, sis. Oh.
Do you know what? No, I'm gonna speak on it because
Go on.
I'm good in life. I feel good in life. I'm from a very comfortable family. I'll say that. My family are comfortable. My dad always taught me to understand money as a means to an end. Money gets you things. It's just the way it is. Money equals freedom. He always described it to me in a way of like, have money so you can chop life. That's it. But when I went to uni and, you know, strayed away from home and all of that, I experienced a standard of living that was below the one I experienced at home with my mum and dad. And it was the first time that I felt like I really experienced the brokey life.
I'm weak.
You know what? I'm so glad I went through it. Especially because, you know what, maybe I'm even a fake brokey because I kind of chose that. Like, I could have really just gone home to my mum and dad. Like, I kind of chose
Yeah, your one
that,
is
like-
remixed still.
Yeah, small.
I thought you was coming with a story about like going through trials and tribulations. You're broke off student loan.
I was a voluntary.
I was all broke off student loan. I'm at peace with that.
I'm not even talking about student loan. Just the years after uni, I feel like I chose a certain lifestyle. And that came with very to little no money. And I feel like it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. I'm very resourceful now. It taught me exactly what my dad was saying, that money is a means to an end. Money gets you things, but it's not the be-all, end-all. It taught me, as cliche as it sounds, to really build here.
Yeah.
You know, because I could have not chose that. I could have stayed at home and just done what my sister did and just did all the things they wanted me to do and got the job and just made money in that sense. And I would have been miserable. I had to go through that in life to understand the real beauty and mystery of life.
I'm trying to think of how to describe my experience. Mine was kind of post-uni. Uni life, that was absolutely outrageous. Who even cares? We're all broke together. We spent that last £20 on the hill and we went out that night, and that was fine. Post-uni and during my freelance time, I've definitely gone through stages of run up credit cards, maxed overdraft.
Cut off your phone bill.
Okay, not that far. I've had to call my friends and literally be like, I can't do this. Like, what am I going to do? I've been through experiences where I literally don't know where the next paycheck, where the next money, like, I literally did not know how I was going to get to next month. But the beauty of it is I always got to next month. Something always came up. Something always came through. Someone always bust me this way or bust me that how. I can appreciate that I've never been homeless. I've always been in a house. You know, my mum and dad have always had there's always been food in the fridge. So I've not been the level of broke where I will say I was hungry.
Yeah, of course.
But I was the level of broke where I say I was spiritually, emotionally, and mentally drained and done and finished and tired. And I think what kept me going was my spirit inside me was so hungry to know that this wasn't the end. It was like literally like you just have to keep. So I was just hungry for, you know, sometimes when you're starved, that's why when you fast, other bits of your brain becomes charged. When you're deprived, you become charged in different realms.
So and I think beauty in it.
Yeah, so I think definitely I became, you know, but I definitely been that broke, definitely. And I
alert
love
to see
it.
your account.
And I will say it that I have, and I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah,
and I'm
thank
gonna
God.
say, so yeah, definitely.
Thank God.
I've been
What do
there.
you feel like
boy.
was the biggest thing you learnt from the struggle life, brokey life?
That God will never leave.
Come on.
God will never leave, to be honest. Upon all the... We're not turning this into a testimony,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came through for me, to be honest. I got to... You know what I mean?
Teach you practically, like, because obviously, like, today you've come, you know, Balenciaga's on your feet, like, what do you feel like you...
I'm just... My drive is unmatched. You know, I can apply that to even in an in-working environment. I can apply that, as I said, as an entrepreneur, even in a business, in a team, in a campaign, in anything. I'm literally... I'm like a machine. I don't stop till I get what I want. I have my targets and I meet them. Like, I don't care about sleep. I don't care about anything. If I'm working, I'm working. You're not getting in my way. If I want to get something, I'm getting it. And I think it's just taught me I can never go broke. Like, in my head now, what I've set up for myself now, I can never get back there because what I've set up is just too powerful.
Same, and being rock bottom, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't lie, we're a bit, you know what I mean? It's remixed a little bit.
I was never homeless or anything, but like it definitely taught me that, and it's something that I'm definitely going to instill into my son. He's not going to experience broke life, but he's going to experience that. Listen, there's beauty in a little struggle sometimes. There's beauty in it, you know. There's lifelong
There is
lessons.
beauty in the struggle because the things that you pray. Oh, just cut me.
Oh, this one. And
Do you feel like our account's a remix?
Remixed, and that's why I had to get up because this is it. And I think I'm so privileged to like not have ever had to experience no food, no shelter, like the basic needs and necessities because my parents have always been there. Yes, student loan broke. Yes, overdraft, credit card broke. But if ever I needed anything at any one point in time, mum and dad have always been there. Sister, brothers, aunties, and I think that is why I could never, ever say I've fully experienced poverty. And I'm just very mindful of those that have. And, you know, I never want to be here speaking on someone else's, like, real brokenness and try and act like I relate when I belatedly
But you know,
never
you
do.
mentioned obviously brokenness of spirit. I relate to that. It
Do
could
you
be
know
really
what?
experienced
And
that.
also, what your level of broke isn't what my level of broke is. You get? So when I'm telling you I'm on the floor, I'm on the floor, and whatever someone's going to tell me is their version of on the floor, that's all well and dandy, but I'm still on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's perception as well, but I appreciate it. I get what you say. It's definitely remixed. We're still blessed.
I sat down and I just heard my dad's voice, like, if I slap you. I was like, I can't lie, like, I feel like I'm broke right now.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely, like, because my savings and my current are very different things. I can have, like, thousands of savings and £10 in current, and I'm like, I won't leave my house, like, I won't go out. So
Love it.
I need to, like, live broke to be rich kind of thing. So I think that's why I'm like, in my head, I'm broke, but I do know that, like, what you said, and it's a privilege, and I don't think I should kind of, like, appropriate a lifestyle that I didn't have. And, like, the fact that I live at home, like, it's a huge blessing in saving. And, like, throughout uni, like, having that support, it's something that I'm really grateful for. So, yeah. But mentally, I'm always broke.
Yeah.
Love it.
One thing I will say, though, is that I feel like, and obviously I stood up because I disagree, I've never experienced that, but I do see how that's impacted my outlook on a lot of things now. Like, even the fact that I was one of the people that was saying, you know, I don't really see the necessity in, like, having my own business or having a side hustle or whatever. I know 100% that a lot of the way that I am towards finances, very relaxed, not necessarily, like, money motivated, is because I've grown up always kind of, like, having money to fall back on. So I've never had to think about, like, okay, what do you have to do to make money? Like, how do you stay out of a situation where you don't have any money, sort of thing? And obviously, I love my parents. I'm so grateful to them for the life that they gave me. But I 100% know the way that I approach things like money is governed by that. It's the fact that I've never really had... I don't want to say I've never had to work. That's a lie. Obviously, I do work now, but I've never had to, like, struggle to get things. And the thing that I always worry about in the back of my head is, like, wow, like, what happens if you actually just end up in a situation where you have no job, you have to literally work from the bottom? Like, what will you do? And my thing has always been like, you know, like you said at uni, I'd just call my dad, call my mum and be like, hey, I need some money sort of thing. Like, whereas if that hit me at an older age where, you know, we might not have that to fall back on, I don't know what I would do. So also, I don't want to like glamorize people's poverty and be like, oh yeah, it looks like it builds so much character, because I know that's not a nice situation for anybody. But when I hear people speak about how poverty has changed their mindset and, you know that they will never end up in that situation again, I'm just like, that will hit me for the first time if it ever does hit me, and I don't know what I would do about that. So it does scare me, but yeah, it's just interesting to hear you guys talk about
I don't think
your
it's just poverty that.
No, it's
not. You can get that drive, and like you should speak to like Lagosians. When I say Lagosians, people that live in Lagos, they have a
hustle
grit
spirit,
a hustle spirit about them that you just will never see anywhere else, and that's because they've been grinding. That's real trenches. They've really been grinding. So can I relate to that? No. Of course I can't relate to that. So I do feel like there's other ways and avenues in life. There's struggle every day, bro. There's struggle every day. It's not just monetary. There's struggle every day that can build character, that can build discipline. There was probably certain things in your job alone that has built those characteristics in you, you know? So it's like I'm trying to make you feel better
I probably will know how to do it if it happens. I don't even want to say, when it happens. It's not when, but if it did,
it should be alright.
I feel like as well.
You know why? Because you'll have to.
Yeah, a hunger and a purpose can also drive you to do that, even if you're living in a mansion, you know, because I think what inspired me to start is just the purpose to help others and to give back to my children, because I did grow I'll be too ungrateful if I was to say I was broke, because my mum will look at me like, you, okay.
How dare you?
All that I did, I gave birth to you at whatever, you know what I mean? So I just can't do that. But at the same time, I knew that I saw my mum go through a lot as a single mother to put me in the place that I was. So I knew that I needed to do something for my children, or I needed to do something so that I don't have to work that hard. I do still work hella hard. But it's just that drive as well, just getting away. Maybe you've learned those things can move you into the direction of entrepreneurship. I don't think you need to people are like, you need to have this hunger, you need to be on the streets and
before you can get it. No, you're right, and that point about like children is a big thing, because even though I don't think about like, oh, you know, having kids all the time, when I think about the life that I want my children to have, it's the same life that I had. Do you know what I mean? So that is actually a driver for me, even though I don't think of it as like, that's the reason why I work and stuff. But if I had kids, I will feel bad if they had a life that wasn't as good as mine. So that's where the work or like the hunger, the drive, whatever will come from. So it's a good point.
And that's okay. I feel like someone mentioned it, that we over-glamorize it a little bit sometimes. And like there has to be this story attached to why you made it.
They love it. They love the soft story.
You know, council estate, you and your mum and your gran, and you were slanging this on the street. Like, I feel like, do you know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be that.
It's okay. Like, you don't necessarily have to have that. Like,
But then I think, do you know what? Everything is gone.
No, I just want to, for those of you who have children, are you going to deprive your children, and for those who haven't and are, you know, going to, so they experience that level of hardship?
100,000%.
Really?
For me,
how though?
Let me just let you know. Let me just let. I will deprive them. Let me just let you know.
Let me not speak for you.
Really?
Like, personally, I cannot stand children with a lack of discipline, a lack of respect, and the entitled attitude it really grinds my gears. You see David Beckham, didn't he make Brooklyn go and work in a cafe or something?
But you can do that without depriving them.
No, I will deprive you of it until you work for it. And you don't need an ensuite toilet in your room.
Do you have kids now?
No. You don't need an ensuite toilet.
Now, don't.
Just gonna be soft for this, mama.
Sis, it's got nothing to do with the fact that I don't have kids. Because I'll tell you now, come back to me, we'll connect. Come back to me in 3 years, I'll have a baby by then, and I'll let you know.
The only thing I will say, and again, I always use experience from my own life, but okay, my mum and dad, they used to make me and my brother work for pocket money. So like, I didn't get it at the time, but it's like, they would make us clean their office, and we would get our pocket money from that. So it's like, I think they could probably tell that if they didn't do that, we might have that level of entitlement. We might be like, okay, everything's given to us sort of thing. But to be fair, that actually then made me be like, oh, actually, I kind of want to job. Like, we used to have to invoice them and stuff like that. It was not even a real invoice, but that's what made me want to get a job and like, still work. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You couldn't do that.
You can do it without deprivation. It wasn't like, you're not going to touch this money.
No, but if you don't do it, you're being deprived from it. So it's a condition.
Okay, I hear
It's
that.
still a
okay.
condition.
Your deprivation is
You're still being deprived
You were just gonna be
unless
like,
you
go
work.
bed,
You're not
go
going to
bed.
get
Stop
it.
it.
Guys, I'm gonna end it there.
Okay, cool.
But I liked what you were saying.
Yeah,
I like that.
Your deprivation, I see it now.
I know, mine is literally so hard.